And so anyway, it's hard to find Schedule 80 this size anymore. Sometimes some Lowe's have it, sometimes they don't. Sometimes some Home Depots have it, sometimes they don't. I want you to notice on the top of this. Oh, for goodness sake, which end of this up? Okay, there you go. This is an upside down champagne glass. The nose cone is with an electrical tape transition, little cyanacrylate. Problem is, I got this 99-cent store. The problem with this plastic is it's not cooked properly, so all the molecules are very short. They're not bonded properly. The stuff cracks real easy. I'm thinking about 80-60ing it and just finding something else. But I'll show you on my next rocket what I did. The next rocket is really neat, but it's a lot different. I used a lot of different materials, and I'll tell you, this one is the one. This rocket right here, this guy right here will fly on a G80. That's a screw-in motor as well. Very large, much larger than a G80. So I'm going to cut it down. The thing about this rocket is the rocket is light. It's very, very, very light. You see super glue, built up super glue, and I sanded it down. Super glue, when it hardens, actually is very, very tough to machine. There's an aluminum neck transition, same thing. A tube shim with a couple of pieces of electrical tape. This stuff is interesting. This is the stuff I used to use. Excuse me. My goodness, best camera work in the world, huh, guys? This is the stuff I used to use, my old rockets, but I used it for the entire body tube. The problem is, number one, if you CA glue this, don't use accelerators because it will crack. Otherwise, it maintains its flexibility. The other thing that I discovered on this rocket and using this tube, I was thinking, well, I could use the same old 1.5 or 1.25 inch PVC transitions, but I'm like, it just takes so much machining to get them to fit. But I'm like, well, and they're very heavy. I didn't like how thick they were. They're scheduled 40. But look what I did. When I had my drill press, I put it on high speed. I put a drum sander at the end of it, and I just kept sanding out the internal diameter until I got the wall thickness down to a little bit past Schedule 80 thickness, if you can see that. And so it made for a lighter coupling. You see a string of super glue right there from when I glued the coupling in place. I kept sanding the outside diameter of this coupler until it fit snug in the body tube. I sanded the interior diameter by I took nearly like 3/16 of an inch of material off it, sanding it. So I was sanding it for probably about half an hour to get it like that. This is what I regret right here. This is an actual Estes BT60 parabolic nose cone. I had to spend $14 on a rocket kit from Ultimate Hobbies. And I was kind of upset because the BT60 nose cones, did I say body tube? The NC60 nose cones are for BT60 body tubes. And Estes is really good about indexing the size. Vern Estes was a real smart fella. But these Estes kits, I mean, they cost probably pennies to make, and they're selling for like $20 and $30 now. And I got to tell you, there's a point in time when I lose my patience with inflation, and I think these products have lost. They have no value added, so I just don't buy them. So I'm going to resort to other things. I have two different ways to make nose cones. The aforementioned example, the rocket closest to the wall right there, the 4-engine one we just showed you. But I'm not spending $12 just to buy a kit to get another nose cone. I can go on eBay. I can get a 3-pack. Actually, I can get a 2-pack for about $7 or $8. But even they've gone up in price. If I want to get a 3-pack of NC60 nose cones from Estes on eBay, they've gone up to $10. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's a little over $3.50. $3.38 or $3.33 per nose cone. And I can buy a 4-pack of these other really frail nose cones from a 99-cent store for 99 cents. I have 4 of them. That's 25 cents a piece. I am going to try this, and I'll keep you guys posted on the weekly or bi-weekly installations of the Rocket Minute. I am going to try fortifying these nose cones I get from 99-cent store with cyanoacrylate. Cyanoacrylate has many of the same good qualities as fiberglass, but under the right conditions, and if you use it right, it's actually a lot stronger than epoxy, and it's harder too. It doesn't really have any flexibility. It really holds stuff in place. It's especially good for bonding PVC, ABS, and polycarbonate. It's especially good on those three plastics. And I tell you, if you prep the surfaces, do it in a hot, dry area, a lot of sunlight, and you mate surfaces, machine and mate both plastic surfaces, that stuff will stick. It'll be stronger than the plastic it's actually gluing. So I'm amazed at it. You have to go through a lot of work to do it right. Epoxy is a little bit more idiot-proof. It'll stick something to something else and hold no matter what. I think that's the appeal. Problem is, it comes in two parts. You got to find something to stir it on, find something to stir it with. You got to beat the clock. You got to lay it up. And, you can't apply it with a bottle. You got to apply it with a little popsicle stick. I really don't like this stuff. I don't like the way you have to use it. I'm trying to develop something right now called a spit boom or mosquito boom that both mixes and ejects or ejaculates, mixes and ejaculates epoxy, 5-minute epoxy. The problem is the spit booms are disposable. So once you get the tip with the mixing wand and the little gear head, you put it on the end of the the electrically motorized injector, the spit boom injector for epoxy. Then you have to throw the silly thing out. So they can get expensive. So one more ding against using epoxy. Anyway, there's a place near me that sells epoxies, which is in aerospace adhesives. So, and I'm in Fullerton. I'm a member, unofficial member of SCRA, Southern California Rocketry Association, out of Fullerton. We go to Santa Fe Dam Recreational Area every so often. I have to go again because I want to test fly the little guy, and I want to test fly this rocket we're talking about right now. But I can't tell anybody it's got a metal transition, or it may be disqualified from flying. So that's my story. This guy does not need payload electronics. I am so happy with this rocket because it's very, very stylish and unique looking. But except for the $12 nose cone, which I'll never do that again, everything came out really, really well. I don't like the tacky look of the two black stripes of the transition adapter tape, but I'm always going to buy those 50 cent a piece gray dinner plates from Target. With inflation, they'll probably end up going up to about 80 cents by this time next year. So I have to adjust accordingly, maybe adjust my overhead. But I'm really happy with the way this rocket turned out because it is very, very light. And this rocket, I know, will gain at least about 9 to 1,100 feet of altitude on a G80 motor, which is the biggest motor you can launch at Santa Fe Dam Recreational Area. So I get to play around with this and do a little bit of materials and design research and development. This guy, 4-engine, is experimental. Either I'll go launch it alone by myself against the law, or I'll just have to wait till I have my level 3 certification, go to the a Tripoli experimental launch in Nevada. Those are my two options. But anyway, this little guy I actually love. I'm going to still probably end up running a G80 in this. The only thing I don't like about this rocket is the fact that the neck material, it's thin-walled, Schedule 80 PVC, and it's a little bit of wiggly wobbly. If it flies on a G80, it might end up launching like a dancing broomstick and kind of shaking his hips and wagging his booty at the people watching it as it's going up in the sky. So I may end up just launching it on like what do they got it? Aerotech makes a nice F-27. E-15s, the E-20s. Estes makes a 29 millimeter E-15, and they're absolutely magic. You only get 2 per pack, and it costs almost $30 for 2. So it's $15 for 2 disposable E-15 motors. They're 29 millimeters in diameter, from Estes. Now, that's the last time I priced them, and that was probably about 3 years ago. They could have gone up in price. They could have gone down in price. I'm just hoping this whole inflation thing is peaking, and these retailers and manufacturers are starting to realize they've got to stop playing around with people's patience, because this crap is just getting too expensive. So that's pretty much that. My name is Jason Wampler. This has been an episode, kind of an intermediate episode of the Rocket Minute. Let's see if we can find my two little girls who might be hiding under the bed. What a mess. Yeah, I can see both of them. There's a pigsty here. Actually, I can't see them at all. Where the hell are they? Hey, where are you guys? Where the hell is Paxton and Valencia? Did I lock them in the closet? What the heck's going on? Hold on. Paxton, Valencia. Well, this is interesting. I gotta find my kitties. I don't know where they are. How the hell did they get out? Oh, you know what? Hold on. They're on the sill. On the sill? Not that sill. No. Where the hell are they? What are my kitties? Call this Paxton and Valencia show. Well, there they are. God, what a chocolate mess you guys have made. I'm not going to give you a piece of paper anymore to play around with. Yeah, it's too dark to see them. I could, but there you go. How about that? There's Paxton. Right next to her is Valencia. And Valencia's looking too. Hey, Valencia, say hi. Valencia's the older kitty. They're actually friends. They look like sisters, but they're actually good friends. And it's the Paxton Valencia show. It's not really the Rocket Minute anymore. I love my kitties. They sleep with me every night. I always sleep in between my legs, so I spread my legs apart when I'm laying on my side. It's irritating. Anyway, okay, so this has been the Rocket Minute. My name is Jason Wampler. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and please, please, please be safe.